Hi, I'm Kevin Hennessy and I'm back with another video for thecanteenshop.com, and this is a special video because today I have the owner, Rob.
Hey everybody, it's nice to be here with Kevin. We're actually in the mountains of Idaho right now. I'm not exactly sure where at. I'm sure Kevin can explain a little better, but we are at an old mining camp here, and he's just kind of taking me around on the ATVs. We're going to do some camping, we're going to do a lot of filming, and I'm pretty excited about it because it's not often that I get to hang out with one of our gear reviewers. But Kevin, why don't you tell us a little about the area that we're in?
The area we're in here, as Rob mentioned, it's actually an old mining village. There was a lot of mining done in these particular hills for copper, silver, gold. Some of the more recent mines went up to around 2000. This one was probably put together late 1800s, early 1900s. We actually passed a cabin a little bit further back. It looks like somebody's still using that possibly as a hunting cabin, but this is basically where, well, my town originated basically from the mining camps that were here. There was a lot of towns actually built way back up in the mountains, and as time went on they all kind of moved down into the valley where my town is at now. And in fact they actually were going to have one of the towns up in the mountains here. Originally they thought was actually going to be the capital of Idaho. That all failed, and they now have a completely different capital, but this was a big boom town back in the mining days, and a lot of it is still here, untouched. Some of it's been reconstructed for tourism, but a lot of it is still here, untouched, as you can probably tell by this cabin here. Some of it's in poor condition, some of it's still in really good condition, but there's a lot of trails up here, and I'm really looking forward to showing Rob around these mountains.
What we're going to do is we're going to basically film in multiple spots, so this video is probably going to jump around a lot. We're going to tour around a little more, and we'll do a number of segments in different areas. We're also going to do a camp here, and we'll do some filming with that too. We've got a few things to show you, but thanks for joining us, and we'll get back to you soon.
You join us now on the morning of day 2, leaving behind the historic mining camp. Day 1 was spent on the opposite side of the valley, hiking to cave systems and waterfalls, but I wanted Rob to have a true wilderness experience, and second to horseback, ATV is definitely the best way to do that in this tough, rugged country. They take on the rough terrain as if they were driving on a standard road. They really are a fantastic way to travel deep into the mountains.
How do I know if this thing's on or not? Is there a light or anything?
There's a screen on the back. Take it out the case.
Okay. So if that screen's not on, it's not on?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Sketchy in places.
Yeah. I was like, he may just catch my death on video.
I'm building you up slowly.
Yeah.
Some of them are. What we're actually going to do now, I think, is we'll actually go across the other side. So we'll go back the way we came in. We'll go across that road that goes up the mountain. Actually, no, we won't. We'll turn right. We'll go up that a little ways, and then we'll take a left. Then we'll go across the other side, and we'll go all the way over to Mammoth Canyon. And that's a beautiful ride, man. There's creeks and streams crisscross the road all over the place. It's really nice back up in there. And we'll take that all the way up. We can take that pretty slowly. What time is it? 1 o'clock. We can take that kind of slowly. It's probably going to take us a couple of hours, I would guess, anyway. And we'll just slowly make our way up to that lake. To be honest, I'm not really too concerned about the smoke right now.
The only thing I really had a problem with on the ATVs, I would say, is the dust. The dust was everywhere. I couldn't get the stuff out of my clothes unless I beat him against Kevin's porch. But just riding the ATVs in general was incredible, especially traveling all over the mountains. There were many places that we went that I wanted to go back to, especially down that hill where they had the old mining village. That was really nice, and if we had the opportunity to camp there, I would have taken it in a heartbeat.
Hey everybody, it's Rob from the Canteen Shop. Up here in the mountains of Idaho with Kevin Hennessy, our gear reviewer, and what we're doing is we're setting up camp. So we've already got our hammocks up. We're going to sleep under the stars tonight. It's going to be a beautiful night. It's only going to be about 50 degrees, so we don't need tarps. There's no precipitation in the forecast. So we really don't have to worry about anything but relaxing underneath the sky. Kevin's out actually down that hill right now, trying to get us some food. Hopefully he'll get us some squirrel or chipmunk or something like that we can cook. I am in the process of getting our fire ready, digging a hole here, and we're just going to use this big rock as a reflector for us, and that'll keep away, well, hopefully any animals or anything like that, but also give us an opportunity to make some food for you and just really enjoy the evening. It's been a really great trip so far, and I am beyond excited to be here, as you can obviously imagine. And if you get a chance to make a trip somewhere, make it Idaho. Get some ATVs, travel all over the place. As Kevin has told me already, I have already seen more of this state than most people that live here, so I'm pretty grateful for that. He's been an excellent guide, and I think we're gonna have a really good night, and I think you guys will enjoy the video to come. See you in a little bit.
Well, I've arrived at camp. We're just camped on a really nice lake, little mountain lake. If I had to guess, probably up at around 8,000 feet or so, but I'll put the actual elevation up. Rob's back at camp. We've strung our hammocks, and Rob's back up at camp, and he's just he's working on fire right now, and I'm going to be working on food. I did bring a 410 out with me, 22 under over, but I can't find what I did with the bag of ammo at the moment. So we're going old school, slingshot, and seen a bunch of chipmunks around, a couple of squirrels, haven't seen any rabbits, but I'm staying hopeful.
Alright, so here's camp. I showed you that already. Got a good amount of wood there to get our fire going. It should last us a few hours, give us time to get more. Hopefully Kevin comes back with some food, and then I'm going to show you the lake here. Yeah, it's going to be a rough night, folks. A rough night of having fun. So as you can see, it's pretty beautiful. Honestly, could not ask for a better place to camp. And for all of you that are not here, I'm sorry. There are a few of you that I actually do miss, but I don't know. Just kind of makes it tough to care for too long. But we'll get some more video going for you soon. I just thought you might appreciate the view.
So what I've actually been doing is using the rocks as like stepping stones. You know, the ground here is very dry, a lot of pine needles on the floor, a lot of dead twigs. It's very difficult to try and remain quiet. So I've been using the rocks as stepping stones. You know, they don't make any noise when you tread on them. Just to move into an area, I'm now just going to kind of sit here for 10 minutes and let my visual and audible impact diminish. You know, it's like a pebble in a pond. You throw a pebble in a pond, you create ripples. You enter an area, you create the same kind of ripples within nature. And it upsets the balance, disturbs the wildlife, and you have to wait until, just like in a pond, you know, those ripples, after a time, they flatten out. It's the same you know, if you're stalking or tracking an animal or whatever, you don't want to upset everything around you. Everything scurries away, everything disappears. If you sit and wait, you know, in a sit spot for a period of time, then, you know, the impact you've had disappears. As long as you stay still and quiet, the impact you had disappears and the nature comes back out.
Just found a honey hole of pine sap. This will be very useful in getting our fire going. Alright guys, I looked out. We found another campfire a ways away, and they already had some burned wood there. So I'm going to just try and use this to start the fire and see if it, you know, we've done this before on video, so it's not a big stretch. As long as this charred bit here will catch a spark, we should be good. So let's see what we can do. What's going on? There we go. Nope, the stuff's still damp. Oh, on to plan B. Plan B is easy. Keep this to use later. Plan B.
Okay, so I've tracked down 2 chipmunks, and they're actually inside a rock. There's a rock just in front of me. It's got a crack all the way down. It's split all the way through. It's actually essentially 2 different halves. And there are 2 chipmunks down in there. I was walking past, I could hear this click, 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 click kind of a noise chipmunks make. And I was looking all around, and I kind of walked in the direction I thought it was coming from, and I got closer and closer and closer, and in the end I kind of peered down in this rock, and there's 2 chipmunks in there. So I'm just going to kind of wait a little bit here and see if either of them come out. In fact, one of them's poking his head up right now.
Alright, I've readjusted my strategy here. Got some pine needles and a tiny bit of jute, and well, I'm positive that'll work. So we got the pine sap right here, and we've got the little pine cones. I've got some twigs behind me, and plenty of different size wood right there. Take this rock, put it here. Keep some of this heat away from the trees. Alright, now if Kevin can just find us a little bit of grub, we'll be ready to rock.
Now I put my slingshot down to try and film a better shot of the chipmunk, and put my camera down, picked my slingshot up. As soon as I picked my slingshot up, it disappeared back down inside of the rock, and that's where they've stayed. And what I don't want to do is shoot him as he's kind of sticking out the crack, because if he falls back into the rocks, chances are I'm not going to be able to get him out, and then, you know, that'll be not only a wasted shot, but, you know, unfair on the chipmunk. You know, I don't want to shoot him and just leave him dead. You know, the plan is I want to eat him. So I'm going to have to leave those 2 out, I think. See if I can find some more. But there was 2 in there. That was a pretty good find. Have to see if I can track down some more. Well, I didn't mess around with the camera on this one. Took a shot. It's about 11 yards out. Clean headshot. He was lights out straight away, so he didn't suffer. But that's one. And go and see if we can find another one. You know, I'm always thankful, you know, when an animal gives up its life so that I can eat. Never makes me happy though.
Alright guys, success. Kevin went out with the slingshot, and got us a chipmunk. He's trying to get another one. There's a little guy. I'm sure it'll be delicious. Kevin is pretty damn good with that slingshot. I gotta give it to him. Got the fire going over here. Has some good coals already, so it'll be good for cooking. And we'll get back with you real soon.
Yeah, nice.
Can't beat him more. Not for $8.
Yeah, that's crazy money. Why would you ever buy anything else?
Except a woodcrafter.
Of course. Except a woodcrafter.
Liver.
Yeah, that was pretty healthy too.
Liver's delicious.
It is. Right on a rock.
You know that cutting board would come in handy.
Put that out for the wolves.
So you got on the cutting board, I'll just carry it out there and toss it.
The nice thing about a slingshot over a rifle or a small bore shotgun is that everything gets left intact.
Just turned off the camera, and as he pulled the skin back, you can see the slingshot ammo still inside. That's just too cool. Everybody, we're back at camp, and Kevin killed the chipmunk, and we got it all splayed out here. I just took some springy pine and ran it through, trimmed off the edges with my Trekker knife, and put it through the limbs, and that way it splays it out real nice, and we put this stick through to hold it in place. I did dampen the wood a little bit, even though it still had some good spring to it, just to make sure it didn't burn real fast while this cooked. But then Kevin got a rock down here, and we got the liver going. So essentially we're just waiting for this to cook. It looks like it's going to taste delicious. It's already sizzling underneath, so we're just going to have to flip it over here in a minute. But we wanted to at least show you how we had this set up and give you an idea of how we prepped all this. Hey everybody, we're winding down on the trip now. It's been quite an experience. I feel really lucky that I've been able to come out here and hang out with Kevin. He's been an excellent tour guide. I've learned quite a bit about Idaho in my time here already. One is, it's incredibly dusty. I got dust all over me. I got dust in my eyes, dust in my ears, dust in my mouth, dust in my nose, dust in pretty much any place dust can get. I have learned quite a bit about four-wheeling off-road. I mean, I've four-wheeled before, but not in any areas that are as rugged as this. It's an incredibly vast state with mass amounts of foliage and trees and mountains and rivers and valleys and creeks. I mean, everywhere you go, there's something incredible to look at. I mean, Kevin was probably getting frustrated with me because I kept stopping to take pictures every time we were getting somewhere, and he'd turn around and I was nowhere to be seen because I was too involved in what was going on around me to really care about four-wheeling up the road. So one of the things that I would like to say is that if you have an opportunity to come out here, you should take advantage of it. There's a lot to do, and even though even Kevin lives in a very small town, there's a lot going on there. We've had an excellent time. We've had some excellent food. We've also been able to do a great deal of four-wheeling all over the area here. I mean, as Kevin has said, I've probably seen more of Idaho than most people that live here. So it's been a great experience for me. Last night we camped out in the middle of nowhere, and Kevin shot a chipmunk with a slingshot, and we had some dinner from there. We've gone on hikes up to waterfalls. We've been on in the deserts. We've been all over the place, and it's just been pretty incredible. And I feel like if I didn't have to leave, I wouldn't. So, but you guys are really going to enjoy these videos. I think it's going to show you a great deal of what Idaho has to offer. And you know, I'm very pleased with how everything turned out throughout this trip. The only thing I could say that probably went bad for me was just my flight delays. So getting to Kevin's house at 2 in the morning was a little rough, and sleeping 3 hours and getting up and riding all over the wilderness afterwards. But I don't know, it's pretty invigorating out here, so you kind of get energy just from what's going on around you. And I think that's one of the things that I appreciate the most from this is that I've really been able to take in an area of the country that I've never been able to be in before, and it's just been an excellent adventure, and I'd love to do it again sometime, and I hope you guys really like the videos. Thanks for joining us. Rob.